Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky.
Morning!
Happy Wednesday! What are you supposed to say?
It's my favorite day of the week. I'm Jason.
Mindy wants you to say is hump day.
Hump day!
We're on vacation.
Vacation, Jason.
All I ever wanted.
Vacation, gotta get away.
Vacation, What's the band? Put it in the comments. What's the band? What's the band?
No idea.
You can tell us. This is the trivia
Sounds like
game
a bunch of girls.
where we don't know the answers.
So you're right.
Yes. Whatever you put, we'll say, yes, that is.
You're right.
Ding, ding, ding.
Pool time is the correct answer.
Oh my gosh.
Please phrase it in the form of a question.
We are okay. So yeah, let's just play. Let's
It does
just
kind
play
of
a
sound
little
like
game.
the Bengals, doesn't it?
Where do you think Jason and I are headed to?
Where in the world is living lucky going?
Ooh, I
think
like
that's
that.
stolen from Carmen Sandiego.
Okay, it works. It works. We are off on a little rendezvous for the 4th of July.
Get out your playlist and some snacks. Because you don't have to worry about how you act.
No, we have to worry about how we act. We have to worry about how we act because we're going to be around family. Patrick, you're getting close. You're getting close. Sheila says Macon, Georgia. Sheila wants us to come knock on her door.
I'm the same around your family as I am here, I think.
Oh, I don't know. Really? You think so?
I think I do act. I think I'm the same here as I am there.
I think you get a little nervous. Like, here's an example. When Jason met my family for the very first time,
20 years ago.
I think I've told this story, but we were all sitting down for dinner. Now, this was the first time he was meeting everybody, and there was just a little bit of silence. I mean, we're talking a few seconds of silence at the table.
20 years ago.
And Jason started panicking, and he was like, oh my gosh, there's silence, there's silence. And next thing you know, he started having diarrhea of the mouth, and he had no idea what was coming out.
It was
He
utter
just
nonsense.
started rambling, and he said, if I was a theater, I would name myself. And next thing I
don't even know what I said.
my family is all looking.
Forks dropped.
We're all looking at each other
Forks
going,
and jaws dropped.
oh my gosh, Jana has brought home
We were in
a real winner this time.
we were in Oklahoma.
We were. Good memory.
I remember the moment.
Good memory.
It's one of those moments where time stops, lightning flashes, and it is frozen in time.
It is. Yeah, nobody in my family will let me forget this. They're like, oh my gosh, we all thought. In fact, my dad actually pulled me aside and was like, does Jason do drugs? And I was like, I don't believe so.
It's like if they're not talking, that means they've got something that they're thinking negative about me. Since then, I've become comfortable with silence. I've been comfortable with thinking things through. And so if I
was just quiet right now, would you kind of freak out a little bit?
Well, I think you would freak out because you're used to being on air, and dead air is bad.
Are you all comfortable in silence? Put it in the comments. Are you the type that can be silent and be okay with each other? Because Jason and I think that's what makes our relationship so magical is we literally, people are like, oh, you guys are so much fun. Honestly, if you were a fly on our wall, we literally can be on the couch and just be and we're having a blast.
But so I have chill bumps right now because
Like that's a really good time for us.
This is coming across as we don't talk, but we talk a ton.
Well, yeah,
so
we have
a lot of very deep conversations.
Yeah.
So there were times when we didn't have conversations that we just didn't. There was a lot of silence that wasn't healthy.
Can you get this in the hole?
Do you want it in your ear or in your nose?
Can you get this in the hole?
If I had a nickel.
Have you ever put an earring in my hole before?
I haven't.
Try to do this.
I don't have my glasses in.
Yeah. At any rate, so we are headed to Tulsa.
What if I just make a new hole?
Oh no! Don't do that. Don't do that. Do not do that.
There.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Out. Here's the back. You can put the back on
now
too.
We're getting a little crazy.
Have you ever had your spouse put your earring in for you? That's a new one. This is it first. Oh, well, thank you.
Wow.
We are headed to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and we are having cousin camp. So every year since I was younger, my cousins have all gotten together, and this is something that I have always looked forward to. I said that like it was past tense.
And she also said every year.
Yeah, well, we took like a 30-year hiatus. We did it when we were younger. We always got together every summer.
Rebirthing of a tradition about
and then we lost
11 years ago.
And then we lost contact. You know how we all went to college.
People start having families.
We got married. We all started having families of our own, and we all kind of went in different directions. And then in the past 5 or 6 years, we, for some reason, well, it was during my depression, and they just decided, you know what, we're going to go to Florida and we're going to go visit Jana because she's having a hard time, and we're just going to go, rally around her.
Built a lake house.
And it really, it was Jana and Jason built a house on the lake, so let's go visit them. So they came to visit us.
Because we didn't tell anybody we were going through depression.
Such a wonderful time. And all of our cousins now have kids. So it was a chance for Aunt Jana and Jason to be counselor Jana and Jason. And it just was a really, really fun time. And so we've been doing it now every year. And it is now the week of cousin camp.
Yes.
And we're doing it this week in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So that is where we are headed. And there's always a broken leg. That's what happens. There's always a broken leg.
Maybe
so the first year we did it.
The time of year we do it.
The first year we did it, I had a broken leg. And then the next year we did it, we were in South Dakota, and we literally did this hike within the first day. And my Aunt Judy, who's old, I hope she's not listening. But
old as dirt. Old Judy.
She's one of the older members of the family.
I'm kidding.
And she fell while she was hiking. And next thing you know, Jason and the men, they had to carry her up this mountain, and she broke her leg. And then the next year, my Uncle Charlie was getting a little bit older, and he had a bad knee, bum knee. And now this year we just found out one of my cousin's daughters, Ella, she was sliding into second base and she broke her leg. And so she's going to be in a cast and on crutches. And so she's kind of bummed because she won't be swimming.
And she's super active.
Yeah. Yes. And so I'm like, well, it won't be cousin camp unless someone breaks their leg, right?
Yeah, we're going to try
That's just part of it.
We're going to try to change that tradition.
For next year. At any rate, so we are headed to cousin camp, and I just wanted to tell you all that we are super excited just about taking a little break.
Yeah, we are going to take a little break. I feel like
my soul has needed this.
But we don't want you to feel like we're not here. There are tons of podcasts up, so you can find that on any podcast streaming platform. So please make sure that you're tuning into that and downloading those as much as possible. Yes. Yes,
which I wanted to say, we just want to thank you guys, because without knowing it, we built this community because we needed a connection in the morning. And so hopefully it's kind of served the same purpose for all of you, is that we start our day with a little bit of positivity, and it gets us up in the morning. It gets us dressed, and most of the time it puts makeup on my face. Maybe not this morning.
Yeah, this morning she didn't even come with her earrings in.
Yeah, I still have one more to put in.
Which took me completely off my thought about us talking and not talking.
But I wanted to say, in January, someone mentioned to me, why don't you start posting these as podcasts and loading those up? And so I started doing that. And I only do, I think, 3 a week. Those are starting to go viral. I think we have over 30,000 downloads.
Today we'll go over 30,000 downloads.
And they've hit over 60 countries now. And I just want to say thank you, because it's because of all of you and showing up every day that this is happening for us.
When you travel, you listen when you travel, and you download when you travel. So that helps with the countries, because I'm sure there's not someone in Estonia that is just hearing about the podcast randomly and picking it up. But it's possible. I guess everything's possible. So we don't want to put those fences up about what's possible and what's impossible.
And I also want to say one thing. Sheila says, yes. And Deanne says, yay, congrats. And Pam says, enjoy your cousin camp. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I also want to say one thing that is just very, very living lucky. It's very living lucky-like, is sometimes we don't always see the bigger picture. And we've been showing up every day with the intention to connect. And like I said, it gets us up in the morning, and it's what we enjoy doing. When we sometimes look at the outcome, I'm like, you know what? I'm not sure that the algorithms are really working in our favor.
On certain platforms.
You know, I really don't know if this is serving others as much as I wanted it to and whatnot. And it's almost like Gideon's army. You know, when we started this 3 years ago, we would see our reach go out to like 30,000 people, and
hundreds of thousands.
And then as we've been doing it, it's been going down, down, down. And now sometimes our reach will go out to like 100 people. Yeah. Or maybe 30 people. And I just want to say, not only thank you for showing up, but I give it to God, because I've been showing up because it's fun for me, and because I've needed connection, and because it helps me set my mindset to a positive mindset every single morning. And I've been saying, you know what, God, if you take away the audience, then I know that when you give me an audience and you give me a platform, then I know it's not me. It's not me. It's all you. It's all you. It's just like Gideon's army. You take it away, then I know that it's not me when you take it away. And when you give it to me, I know that it's not me, and it's all you. And I feel like that's exactly what he's been doing, because as we have been doing this exact same thing and putting it on the podcast, now it is building an audience on the podcast. And so it's just a lesson that when we align our intentions with a greater purpose and seek God first, it really does all come back.
Even when I don't see it, he's working.
Right? There's a song. Even when we don't see it, he's working. Our God, that is who you are. Yes. Anyway, I just want to say thank you all.
Yeah. And congratulations, Patrick. He just had his 4th grandson.
Oh, happy
anniversary.
It's not anniversary. It's grandsonnery.
Happy grandsonnery. That doesn't quite go very well. But we are excited for everyone. Celebrate your wins, whatever they are, big, small. That's a big win, I think. So celebrate family. We're going to be celebrating family this week. Happy Wednesday. Join us for laughing yoga tonight
at 7 p.m. And if you
Angela.
Yes, and I will DM you the Zoom link if you'd like to join us. Deanne, I know that you're going to be there. And one last thing, we are going to take a week and a half off. So we will not be back until the 15th of July, I believe. So I just want to let everyone know that.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a couple weeks.
Okay, well, it's the rest of this week and then all of next week.
Okay. But
So,
you've got the
first the
podcast,
10th.
so we want you to be on that podcast every day.
I'm not sure of the dates. So maybe I'm speaking out of turn here, but we are taking the rest of this week and all of next week for the 4th of July. So I just want to happy Independence Day. Thank you all so much. And living lucky.
We'll see you soon.
Love it. Bye-bye. If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.